That's out there. I was going to save this for the next hour, and I still will, but I'm going to tease it. There's a piece that I found here. I think it's at National Review online by Larry Kudlow. Now, Larry Kudlow is the guy that explained baseline budgeting to me when he was at Bear Stearns. Larry Kudlow was an original Reaganite. That's in the other stack. Yeah, here it is. And it is National Review Online. Larry Kudlow now is at CNBC, or he was. I don't think is he still there or is leaving there or something? Anyway, wrote a column. Snarking Hillary is not the way to the White House. Now, this is the proverbial, we got to leave this alone. What we need to do as Republicans is start talking about our economic policies. We have got to make ourselves known as the party of positive economic growth, strong national security, because the party needs a positive rebranding and a positive vision, and Hillary bashing is going to drown all of that out. I'll never forget. It was 2011, and there was a convention here. It might have been Horowitz's thing in November, Restore Me Weekend or whatever it was. Restoration Weekend, right? And a lot of the Republican potential, nominees were in town. And three of them called and wanted to come by on the Sunday morning where everybody's getting out of town just to talk to me. And three of them did. And they all said the exact same thing. Quote, "Now, Rush, we do not dare go after Obama. We do not dare criticize Obama. We have to talk about the greatness of our economic message. To the extent that we go after Obama, we're going to go after his policies, Rush, but not him. If we go after him, it's the end of us. We got a great economic..." And I asked myself, how's this working out? Meanwhile, Harry Reid can go out and accuse Mitt Romney of not paying his taxes for 10 years. And that's just fine. The Democrats do not say, that's not the way to go after Mitt Romney. We must go after Mitt Romney not by personally attacking him. We must talk about the best nature of our policies and how we have the advantage. They never do. All they do is... Now, I'm not talking about going after Hillary to destroy her, but the idea that we got to leave this alone. Do you think... I'll tell you what, let's send Bruce Jenner out and have him talk about Republican economic growth economy policies and to see how it's going to work. This misses the whole point. We talk ourselves into defeat every 4 years. Why can't we do both? Why do we have to tie one hand behind our back and say, essentially, we can't criticize Obama. Now we can't criticize Hillary. We've got a crime family operating here. We can't criticize it. And Trump's right about something. The way to criticize this is not in the usual political sense. This is potential big-time RICO crime that's going on here. People are in jail for doing this. This is a total abject violation of the Constitution. You cannot sell influence like this. It's the Emoluments Clause, and it's in the Constitution. But even so, this idea that all we're going to do is hurt ourselves. But nobody is saying focus on Hillary and don't do anything else. But I know what drives this. What drives this? If we're seen criticizing, we're going to be called sexist, and they're going to say we're mean spirited. It's a total defensive posture that it isn't working. If it was working, I mean, Romney tried it in 2012, didn't he? And McCain tried it in 2008. I remember McCain said the same thing. Yes, that's right. We must go after his policies. But stress the importance of our agenda and the superiority of our agenda. We can't go after the guy personally. Can't do it. It's a mistake. Right. So we can't really define our opponents. And the media isn't going to do it. So the voting public is never going to learn the truth about the people running against the Republicans. Meanwhile, the Democrats are going to be tarring and feathering and trashing and destroying, personally and professionally, every Republican they can. And we're supposed to respond by saying, you elect us and your top marginal rate is going to go from 39.6 down to 35%. You know what that's going to mean for the marginal income on the base calculations of the P&O profit and loss statement over there at Apple? Right. That's a winner. We'll be back. Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a quick question. I have so many people saying a variation of this to me, and I'm just going to put a question out there. No matter what I say about a Republican candidate here, like they get the Kudlow column here, snarking Hillary not the way to the White House, blah, blah, blah. It's all based on the media. It's all based on, well, your media is going to tar and feather us, Rush. If we go after Hillary, they're just going to say we're sexist and so forth. Okay, let me ask this question. I am hearing every objection I hear to any strategy if somebody has designed to help the Republicans win, it's almost without fail. The objection, or one of the objections, will always be, nah, that'll never work because of the media. Can't go after Obama. Rush, they'll call you racist. We got to focus on our economic message. McCain did that. Romney, that's all Romney talked about. Romney wouldn't even jump on Benghazi when was thrown a hanging curveball in a debate. I mean, there was absolutely no harassment of Obama whatsoever in 2008 or in 2012. The media didn't vet Obama. The Republicans decided not to. So in each instance, the reason was the media will crucify us. Kudlow's theory is also, he doesn't per se say it, but, well, here, let's read what he writes. A number of GOP candidates are engaging in Hillary bashing over allegations she used her office as Secretary of State to help her husband's business dealings, prop up speech-making fees, grease the path for foreign governments to donate massive amounts of money to Clinton Foundation. He doesn't say here, and also they're being bribed or selling access to government policy. But here's a warning to my friends on the presidential campaign trail. Bashing Hillary is only going to make the Republican Party look mean-spirited and snarky. It's no road to the White House. So you see, criticism, disagreement, that's hate. Yes, they're going to call us haters. So we can't criticize. Bashing Hillary. Why does criticism have to be bashing? Why is pointing out the near criminal behavior of these people unfair? Why is it bashing? And the answer you always get is the media. So my question to you is this. And every one of you who has ever said to me personally, or has written me, or has called in here and give me a variation on a theme, this won't work, that won't work, the Republicans can't do it because of the media. What would you think about a candidate, Republican candidate, who decided to seek the presidency by making the media his opponent and not the Democrat nominee? In other words, would you support a candidate running against the media? Because that's all that's left here. If the media is the reason we can't implement a tough political strategy to win, then we're going to have to beat the media. And it sounds to me like a number of people think we're going to beat the media first before we even get to beating a Democrat. That they're one and the same, actually. Well, they are. I mean, the media is a branch of the Democrat Party. There's no question. But the media, they get criticized as being biased in this, but nobody ever runs against them the way people run against candidates. And I'm not talking about individual media. I mean, you might use individual media as examples. I'm not saying run against Chuck Todd. I'm not saying run against Bob Schieffer. Just the media. I would think a lot of you out there would be cheering, saying, yep, that's exactly what we need to do. And we need something that would take bravery, it would take courage, it would take stick-to-itiveness, it would take somebody who's got a thick skin, but that's the only way we're ever going to win anything and start beating any of this back, is to somehow de-emphasize and disempower the media. You're shaking your head in there, Mr. Snerdley. You don't think it can be done? You don't think it's a good strategy? But no. That's the people I hear from saying we can't run a campaign on the issues. The media is going to lie about us. The media is going to destroy us. The media is going to carry the Democrat Party's water. The media is the poison. The media is the reason the country's going to hell in a handbag, because the media does not ever present a fair exposition of Republican or conservative ideas. The media is the agent of destruction of all opposition to the Democrat Party. So you got to run against the media. You got to make no bones about what you're doing. The only way I've had a couple of people, the only way we have a chance, Rush, is if there is a Republican candidate somewhere willing to run against the media. So I know Reagan won twice. I know George Bush won twice, Reagan won twice, Nixon won twice, and so forth. I understand. I'm not advocating. I'm asking. No, I'm not pushing the idea. I'm asking it as a rhetorical device. I've even heard, Rush, you're wasting your time. Every time you talk about Democrats, you should be saying media. Every time you talk about Harry Reid, you should be talking media. Media is a problem. The media, you got to destroy the media. I say, the problem is I am the media. I mean, I'm in it. Yeah, Rush, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about the Democrats in the media. And it sounds good, but when you think about actually doing it, don't have guests on this program, but I ought to get hold of your favorite Republican consultant. Just ask him to come on and help me on the air as an exercise. Develop a campaign strategy seeking the presidency, running against the media, and see what this professional would say. Now, the first thing he's going to say, can't do it, be a mistake, you'd kill yourself, you're finished, you wouldn't get past the first primary. I say, okay, after that, let's say if you tell me that I still want to do it, I still want to run against the media, how would we do it? It's an obstacle the Democrats don't have. You admit that, don't you, Mr. Snerdley? The Democrats do not have an obstacle like the media. Look at this White House Correspondents' Dinner. People ask, why don't you go? Why would I go to a place that's going to be openly hostile to me? The White House Correspondents' Dinner, you'll notice that everybody gets up to speak, realizes they're speaking to buddies and friends. That gives them all kinds of confidence. When you think you're in a room full of friendlies, it changes everything about your confidence level and your overall comfort, as opposed to you walking into some place where there's hostility. They don't have it. They don't face hostility in the media. Democrats don't know what it is. They never encounter it. They never have to overcome it. Unless one of them just is so egregious that the media and the Democrats decide we got to get rid of this person for the sake of the party. But that is extremely rare, and that is also not because the media disagrees, essentially, with what the candidate happens to believe. It's that the candidate's providing embarrassment. We've got to shelve that. Anyway, be thinking about that.